moha, delusion. Lack of understanding, confusion, which is basically you remain in ignorance. When somebody else is disturbed, you have all the gyan of Bhagavad Gita to explain to them. But when you yourself are disturbed, pata nahi kahan jata hai wo gyan. It gets converted into steam.
And if someone else gives it to you at that time?
Tappad. Huh? Moha is a state where the gyan just doesn't get established inside. You'll understand while it's being explained, and then because it is steep, it cannot be contained. It cannot be contained. That is what? Moha. Delusion, confusion. Which step? 6. So if you are completely confused and you are in a state of anger and you are getting disturbed and you are getting agitated, you can understand the khichdi that is being pakkaud inside you. All this is going on because it's all happening, what you call it, consecutively, sequentially it's going on happening. Will you be able to remember anything? No. This is what he calls memory is getting lost, destroyed. Smriti Bhranshat. Smriti gets destroyed. Your memory gets destroyed. We forget everything that we have learned for 10 years in Bhagavad Gita. याद ही नहीं रहते. When you need it, exam में गया, you studied so hard. Huh?
I drew a blank.
Nandit, you tell us now. If you study very hard and you go in the exam, कुछ याद ही नहीं रहता है. That means you have not studied properly. No? Mind is not clear. If your mind was clear, you would immediately recall whatever you have studied. But mind is all muddled up, confused. That is not a good state for you to remember any knowledge. And that is exactly what happens to us. Not only we forget everything we have learnt in satsang, we forget other things which are equally or more important. We forget our goal. We forget for what reason we are studying this knowledge. We forget who we are talking to. And mostly we forget that we are talking to those we love dearly, those who are our near and dear ones. We heap insults on them, gali, cutting remarks. We forget our manners. We say things that we can never imagine we would say if we had a clear and calm mind. This is the meaning of Smriti Bhranshat. What happens with memory? Loss of memory doesn't mean, oh, I forgot what I ate yesterday for lunch.
Actually, that should be.
Better forget all those. Forget your kamnas, forget all those. Adi Shankaracharya has a wonderful, I don't know, has described a person in the grips of moha in a very nice way. Adi Shankaracharya says that a deluded fool might even fight with his own teachers and parents, forgetting his indebtedness to them. So beautiful.
Can you repeat it now?
Sure. A deluded fool might even fight with his own teachers and parents, forgetting his indebtedness to them. That makes step number 7, destruction of memory. Okay? Now tell me, when a person doesn't know what he's saying, doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know how he should behave. Is he using his vivek? Person who doesn't remember his goal, he doesn't remember why 10 years he's coming for satsang or she's coming for satsang and goes out of satsang and behaves like a deluded fool, then what faculty is he not using? Buddhi. He's not using his vivek. Such a person is called aviveki. That means he's lost his sense of buddhi, lost his sense of reason. Step number 8. Yeah.
Every new step he says.
Every new step he says, yeah. I'm glad you find it funny. So a person without vivek doesn't know how to behave. Where is bahut Delhi bahut dur hai, to know what is sat and asat, what is right and what is wrong, what is dharma and adharma. What are we talking about? Pehle to itna to sikho how to be human, then think of being divine. So when you are not even behaving in a human or humane fashion, where you are thinking of becoming a Bhagwan, which Aham Brahmasmi are you dreaming about? That person is easily going to fall into all the 6 enemies of human existence. What are they? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. Finished. There is no chance for this person to come out of these dangers. They are the enemies that are attacking you. So a person whose vivek is destroyed, is number 8, you know that? Now Swami Chinmayananda has a beautiful definition of a person whose vivek is destroyed. He says a person whose vivek is destroyed is a 2-legged animal. I love Swami Chinmayananda. He just cuts to the chase. A person without vivek is a 2-legged animal with no sense of proportion, and with no ears for a subtler call in him. I can even imagine him saying it, And it's not over. Why? By the way, it's not over. A person whose vivek is destroyed, who doesn't have vivek, is the quotation starts with a 2-legged animal with no sense of proportion and with no ears for any subtle call in him than the howling, urgent hungers of the flesh. Where will this person go now? Anywhere up. The only step left for that person is the last step, which is Patan. Step number 9.
Could you please repeat the last?
A 2-legged one?
Yeah.
A 2-legged animal with no sense of proportion and with no ears for any subtler call in him than the howling, urgent hungers of the flesh. That means of the BMI, basically. So all this is happening because we have not fulfilled our desire, right? If you go see those steps, started with my desire not being fulfilled. So that is the culprit. I have not fulfilled my desire. I should fulfill my desire then. I'll not have all this downfall, right or wrong.
Another desire will come up.
So, is the solution for not falling down the ladder of downfall, is the solution fulfill all your desires?
It just gets
No.
Stronger and stronger.
That is one parallel ladder will come now. Okay? Kabir, you know those ancient mansions used to have that kind of ladder which comes from both sides. Both sides. So ye anger wala fulfill and get angry is one of the sides. Don't fulfill and get angry is one of the sides. Fulfill, then some other problems will come. Let us see what happens if you fulfill the desires.